that product. No, so they can design and create a prototype of a product that they want to commercialize in the future. Okay, and then last is the business continuity mapping and planning. So Dr. Quasito is the one very articulate with this course, this subject. This is really important, especially in creating a business, because you can establish risk management. No, so you can come up with plan or map in 5 years or 10 years if you are creating a business. So it's really a good subject as well. You can look into it and you can see how it is really relevant in today's world, especially during the pandemic. Nobody knows there's pandemic, right? So if you can get this kind of course, the business continuity mapping and planning, you are already prepared with what will come up in the future. Okay, next, so I'll be comparing the CHED CMO uh, 18 series of 2017 versus the USTP BS EnTM 2022. So there is already a CHED memorandum for the entrepreneurship, but I would just like to emphasize and compare the difference of these two courses. They are alike, but there are courses that we will be adding, especially the design thinking for innovation. It's not included in the CHED CMO. The specialized technology tracks such as the food technology, autotronics, electronics, residential wiring, those are not included in the CHED CMO. The business continuity mapping and planning, and the product design and development. And there's also others like statistics, um, and other courses which are not included in the CHED CMO. Well, the CHED CMO already have 129 units, so we're aiming to get at least 168 to 170 units, which is very good for international students as well. Okay, so these are our legal basis from the CHED memorandum, and then the USTP mission, which I have already mentioned a while ago. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening. We will start with the open forum after this one, and I would like to congratulate my colleagues and the College of Technology for helping come up with this curriculum, and even our previous former dean, Dr. San Diego, who is really the one who helped me, and our currently dean, Dr. Quasito. Thank you so much, sirs, and to my colleagues for helping me come up. And even Engineer Abad was not around because he's in Dinagat Island right now helping due to yung the storm, ang bagyo ba. So he's there helping follow up sa ilang church. So thank you so much everyone. I can't really articulate how I'm really thankful to everyone who come up with this. So that's it. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Just.
Thank you, Ma'am Helen. So, I think everyone here in the participants na diri no, I think everyone has to say some comments, suggestions, recommendations, no? So para dili ta magkagubot sa atong open forum, we call on Engineer Franz Lorilla to handle the open forum. Sir Franz.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. So thank you, Justin, for introducing. Okay, so we are opening the floor for comments regarding with the proposed program ng COT, BS Entrepreneurship, Technology and Management. So open po tayo sa comments niyo po. No? And we can also share experience or somehow share also our thoughts on how can we further improve, especially how can we further improve and how can we also encourage collaboration, because entrepreneurship is more about collaboration. It's more about teaming up to develop something very innovative. Okay, so Alam mo kaulam, dili man may mamaak dire. Dili man may mo ano. Right? Siguro I will start by calling ano na lang, welcoming no our invited na mga partners no in agencies, like for example, let's start with my friend here in the ICT. Uh, Miss Karen, are you there?
Hi, Franz. Good morning. Thank you for having us on this activity. No, we do know the importance, and as a startup enabler myself from Bukidnon, it's very timely. And I just joined the agency, so I'm kind of new to the government dynamics, but we are very, very open to support um, whatever plans there is uh, about pushing this kasi mo gud ni siya ang necessary sa mga students no, and when we conduct events even if it's government backed or from private organizations like Startup Weekend or even Founder Institute, we do understand the necessity of teaming up with the academe because nadira ang bulog sa participants, not only for compliance but really for encouraging the youth to become entrepreneurs, and it's really necessary. So, karon pa lang, congratulations na daan USTP for spearheading this. This is one of the first universities that I've heard of that is pushing for this agenda. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma'am Karen, no, for such appreciation on our program. And it's true, no, we wanted our students to somehow entertain another, accommodate this new kind of mindset, entrepreneurial mindset, no. Dili lang ta murag expect sa mga estudyante nga may murag employo. We can also make use of the things we learned, the skills we come up no from our programs to to generate more jobs no and opportunities for all. Okay, so I think I heard we also invited here NTC, if somehow if there's a representative from NTC right here, can also give us their thoughts no, about the program and maybe how can we collaborate, help students no, with enrolled students in this program. NTC, maybe maybe later no we can baka lang na connecting pa no. I think I see here Neda. Hello po, from NEDA, representative from NEDA.
Hello po, good morning. I
Hello.
believe ARD Nila po is with us. May I just check po if he is online? If not po, I can speak on her behalf. Could you give me 2 minutes lang po?
Yeah, sure. And ano lang naman.
Sir, let's ask the participants who's coming from the oral chamber, sir.
Yeah,
So
meron
we
pala
can
tayong
also
Oro
welcome
Chamber.
them.
Oh. Ito yung ginina ko sila glass ng Oro Chamber.
Sige,
Pero
sir.
naa naman they give me sila diretso. Hello po from Oro Chamber. We are excited also to hear some of your thoughts. So, collaborate.
By the way, Sir French, can you louder your voice, sir? Dili kay madungog diri sa building, sa office.
Tama ba?
Oo. Okay na, sir. Okay, sir. Ako na lang i-loud akong speaker.
Okay, from Oro Chamber. Friends from Oro Chamber.
Murag di ta madungog ni Engineer Bongkyo. Sir Bong!
Oh, mura good. So,
Yes, nadunggan taman mo.
Okay.
Nadunggan ba ko ninyo?
Yes. Yeah, we are a little bit excited no, with this forum. We decided to invite our industry partners in such a way that we would be able to link what we have been professing in our technology programs, and we would like that our second mission in providing opportunities for our students to become entrepreneurs would also be given insights coming from our experts in the industry, especially in the field of business or in the corporate world, and such that there is really a must for us to get some inputs coming from Del Monte, being a corporate company, and being also one of the pillars of the Oro Chamber of Commerce. Perhaps Engineer Bongkyo can also give us some sort of observation and comments, or perhaps some recommendation on the offering of this Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Technology, and Management. What do you think, Sir Bongkyo? Do we have some future on this offering, sir?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate you, Dr. Quasito, Ma'am Helen, and the rest of the USTP team for coming up with this innovation, a new course. I would like also to greet the participants of this forum. Very good morning. We really got out of our work and spend some time with you to be able to help you succeed. But before I can ask share some recommendations, let me ask you first four basic questions. Maybe I missed it earlier at the presentation of Ma'am Helen, but these are my questions. Number one, what motivated USTP to introduce this course? Secondly, have a study been made as to projected number of enrollees over a period of time, say 5 years, to ensure your program is successful? Third is, from various experience with TESDA and having been a member of the Oro Chamber and at one time led the Cagayan de Oro Chamber of Industries, which specifically is relevant to this course, there's always a gap between what the academy provides and what the industry needs. Have you made such analysis, or have you approached industries to ensure that your course, when the graduates have finished their baccalaureate, they're able to land good jobs? The fourth question is, what specifically do you need from the business sector or the Chamber of Commerce or business groups? So let me ask you those questions. Please forgive me for not really being on time. But having if I am to hear your answers, perhaps we can share some thoughts. Engineer Quasito or Ma'am Helen, can you answer the four questions?
Thank you so much, Sir Bongkyo. We would like to just mention, no, emphasizing on the mission of the university. A while ago, Engineer Helen Gonzalez presented one of our motivating factors why we opted to propose this Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Technology, and Management, because we would like that our technologists or even our engineers would not only think about working in the industry, work, just end up just mere workers of the industry, but we also envision our graduates to become entrepreneurs and good businessmen. And this is also in conjunction with the trust of the university, as we continue to support our startups by way of also promoting this CDO Bites, in Cagayan de Oro or in USTP. We would like also to see our graduates in technology and engineering to become future businessmen, successful businessmen. So I think, yes, sir, Bo.
So in effect, you're actually going or going with the mandate of the university. The course is
Yes.
really specific to USTP. So
Yes,
what
yes.
makes it unique then with other regular courses like business administration that is regularly offered by other university?
Yes, what is unique with the USTP's proposed program is that in as much as we profess science and technology, we would like to link our technology mandate towards the business sectors. And we would like to see more technologists and engineers become successful businessmen. And I think that would be the key of economic stability in our country, producing more, opening more opportunities in business.
Yes, I think being an entrepreneur is the way to go. As they say, we Filipinos have been trained to become educated and to get employed, but
Yes.
our Chinese counterparts are trained to become entrepreneurs since birth. So I
Mhm.
think that's what you're saying. And
Yes.
you're aligning with USTP, the resources of USTP to be able to have the graduates to do business, become successful businessmen. In that sense, that's very commendable. Uh, that's very commendable.
Thank you,
But
sir.
have a study, with regards to my second question, have study been made as to the projected number of enrollees versus the local industry within Northern Mindanao?
Yes, Sir Bong, no, this industry academic forum, this is part and parcel of the curriculum development and curriculum review process. No, we really have to invite our partners so that we would be able to optimize our inputs, no? Such that we would also be able to hone the curriculum content or the course content of this proposed program. And one of these days, no, after we have completed this process, then we would be able to collate, no, whatever valuable information that we can enhance, no, the curriculum of this Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Technology, and Management. So we have to see to it that there is something unique, no, from this program. If we compare this to our conventional and traditional business management course offering from other university, it's very rare, no, for higher education institutions, especially in the state universities and colleges in the Philippines, to really offer this kind of program. And we want to take advantage that there is already a PSG, no, from CHED that we are trying to be in consonance with, such that we would not be able to have a problem with the subsidy coming from the government.
At the onset, coming from a perspective of from the industry, what we want are graduates that are relevant, that are able to contribute to the economy right off after graduation. We don't want graduates that are useless. In effect, we want graduates that answers the need of the industry. And this is
Yes.
very unique to USTP because you are in a specific region of the Philippines. The region we're in, I know that a lot of government agencies are here and are listening. Northern Mindanao has so many unique resources, like for example, the fiber, the resources that are yet to be utilized or fully exploit with your potential graduates. Some of these areas are uh, related to bamboo. Uh, we have the best bamboo in the entire world. In fact, there's a connotation that we are the bamboo capital of the Philippines or part of Asia, but we lag way, way from our neighbors in Asia like Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia, wherein they have fully developed bamboo industry, and perhaps your graduates can indulge on that. You see, we see in our department store socks or materials that are made of bamboo fiber. We haven't seen that here. We only see bamboo being used as fence in our farms. We have to level up with that. That is a big potential for your graduates because we already have plenty of bamboos. Way before that, Manny Pinyon advocated for a 1 million bamboo uh, planting program. Northern Mindanao is blessed with so much bamboo. With that respect, we also have underdeveloped, I say underdeveloped, because we don't really have a formal or established fiber industry. We have from bamboo to abaca and a lot other crops or produce that that can utilize fiber. We haven't have that. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to go to other products that are not inherent in Northern Mindanao. Just the two of them, we can really contribute to your graduates can really indulge that. That's my basic recommendation. The other is the the use of the Makahalar Bay. As you see, with respect to traffic, land-based traffic is really very expensive. But if you are if you are going to USTP Club area and stop in the middle of the winding road and look at Makahalar Bay, you will see that there's no marine traffic, and part of your USTP graduates of this course can become successful businessmen if they help promote the development of Makahalar Bay. There are a lot of items, I think 14 industries that can be developed through the Makahalar Bay. Uh, so at the onset, I think this course is very relevant and unique to our region. And I hope that we produce graduates that are really that are able really to address the needs of the industry. Uh, some of the industries here needs inputs, for example, production inputs. For example, in the where I come from, there are needs for nata de coco, which are under which the region still has to fully uh, exploit. At the moment, we have to source nata de coco out of Northern Mindanao. Why is it that why is it that way? When in fact, if there are businesses or that use your current technology, you have an excellent food center, right, doctor? Right?
Yeah.
And they're very. I know that they are also experts in nata de coco, but it remains only on the academy in the schools. We always have been searching for suppliers of nata de coco. Medina and most of the northeastern towns of Misamis Oriental have plenty of coconuts, but there are not no nata de coco suppliers. Just as one of the examples wherein your graduates can indulge in a business linked with the industry, wherein their products can immediately be used by the industry, by the companies located here. So that's my um, simple contribution at the moment.
Thank you so much, Engineer Kiblet. Thank you so much for opening our minds, no, that of course our horizon towards the fiber industry. If I may recall, no, we have previous talk about this when I was still with Claveria, and of course the development of the Makahalar Bay. Indeed, no, there is really a huge potential of developing Makahalar Bay to ease our transport traffic in Cagayan de Oro. So perhaps opening this some sort of mga fast craft, development of fast craft and advanced fast craft. Siguro our transport industry, no? Perhaps we can also think about developing a program in the university that looks on the transport industry. So thank you so much with this,
Yes,
Engineer
Dr.
Kiblet.
Quasito, but your school, your CPs already has a very excellent engineering and technological courses. And there's, as I said earlier, there's already a need here in the region you with that has where the resources are available. Bamboo, fiber, coconuts, uh,
Yeah.
Makahalar Bay. So why I'm recommending that our graduates, uh, when they graduate, and become entrepreneurs, they focus on these areas because these are relevant. These are actually, they are needed 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And is there really significant improvement at this moment in time? Diba wala? Nothing pa, diba? So
Yeah.
I think you have a very excellent course, but I think it's late by 5 years already.
Yes. Thank you, Dad.
May I just add, Sir Bong, thank you so much for your wonderful input. That's why we are creating this course to bridge entrepreneurs and then technologists. So with regards to when you mentioned about bamboo, fiber, makalarbe, and even the nata de coco, no? So this has been katong gi-mention nimo 5 years ago paunta, pero um we were very sorry from the academe that we are very unsa ba short-sighted, but that's why we're here. We're already here, and we are going to bridge this gap. And if you can think of it, if our entrepreneurs are also technologists, or our technologists, our engineers are also entrepreneurs, it's really going to change the world. That's why we are creating this academic forum where we have sleepless nights to create the curriculum. We have a lot of meetings already done. So hoping that with the great help from the Oro Chamber, the government agencies, NEDA, NTC, the UST CHED, the ICT, we can come up with this really, really soon. So thank you so much, sir.
Yes, Ma'am Helen, the business groups can help uh, sensitize or improve your sensitivity as to needs. So you have to engage them regularly on a regular basis. One way is to have them become your instructors from the industry. They I don't think these guys are well paid. They have big salaries, so I don't think they really need the salary from USTP. I think what they need is to be able to share their expertise and knowledge and influence and network to ensure your students are already prepared when they graduate. Secondly, as to the the program has to be sustainable. Dapat until our our grandchildren, the program is so successful, specific to the resources of USTP and the needs of the companies within the northern Mindanao region. And we have a very vast region. We are blessed with so many resources. There's uh, there's more to there's a lot to do to be able to utilize is the overall objective is promote economic enterprise and to be able to help in the nation building.
Exactly, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for such insightful, no, very productive conversation. No? And just like to add also, no, that we are also not developing entrepreneurs, but also we're developing what we call intrapreneurs. No? These are graduates that could help develop solutions inside the organization or company. No? So they are problem solvers, not problem provider, not to the company. So that's what we're also looking at, no, to develop entrepreneurs, no, in an organization or in a company. So
Yes,
would
sir,
also
French.
like, yeah. Oh, I think representative from NEDA is also here already. No, they already turned on their camera, and yeah, we would like also to hear from one of our partners, no, for our this program to somehow help us further increase our chances to develop successful graduates or entrepreneurs or founders. I think Ma'am Kathleen,
Yes, good morning po.
yes po, Ma'am.
Can I be heard
Welcome po
clearly?
sa ating forum.
Salamat po. Pasensya, it took time because I really had to sit with our higher ups there in an equally important and urgent matter din po. So, on behalf of RD Popo, PRD Nila, Sir Archie and Ma'am Kate, our team from NADA 10, and of course, my respects to everyone here, especially Engineer Helen, Dr. Dinagsao. Good morning. So I will be speaking po from reference of the Regional Development Council and of course the Regional Development Plan Research Agenda. So this we see that this course is timely and relevant, especially that we are entering into a new age of globalization. So first point po, I have 4 points to raise regarding the material or the course. So in 2021, the RDC supported and passed approved resolution number 109, which is actually the list of priority courses for the region. So we took a look at the list and the disciplines, and we saw that it can fall under, of course, agribusiness and technology and sciences. So that's uh, a good factor. And we would also like to request the USTP if there are other courses that you deem should be included in the list of priority courses that you can refer this to us. Of course, with reference to CHED and also the STEM program of the DepEd. And the next is I would like to refer to the jobs fit results, which were actually presented just 2 weeks ago, I think. They revealed the key employment generators, which again, number one happens to be agribusiness. So I also concur with Dr. Cosito's point on that, that we should also focus our interventions on this priority po. Some of this, I think we can also look into because the next employment generators, particularly on arts and entertainment, hotel and restaurant management, and of course, construction. So, binabasa ko lang po yung ibang nasa results ng jobs fit. And then also po, on the top three preferred courses based on the survey of the industries and the graduates, it's actually business administration and related courses. So again, this is timely and this is relevant po to the generation. Next is there are actually issues and concerns that were raised by these industry experts and also our partners from it's AIG, academe, industry, and government. And of course, USTP is one of our strong key players in this initiative. So ngayon po, actually, we just also came from one of the Seeds for Needs na, Seeds for Needs na series, which is sponsored by Aura TITC. One of the sessions there which we attended was on Finland's experience of incubating yung mga businesses or startups. They support it. So government has actually put up its own authority that will help link technologies to the academe so that when your graduates go into the real world, they will already be equipped with real world knowledge from the experts doon. So the development actually of business hubs, incubation centers, which you've already started, is part of the Regional Development Plan research agenda. And another priority po natin is to put up actually commercialization, promote the commercialization and utilization of mature technologies through the academe. Another part of it is to focus on research development, science and technology, put up S&T parks, develop sustainable cities, communities, and of course, establish ICT centers. So maraming salamat po talaga maraming salamat po sa binigyan niyo na opportunity for us to really promote this course. And if I may just add, maybe we can take away from the experiences of yun nga po, these international partners. And I agree strongly on the shift in mindset from being employees to entrepreneurs this time. Of course, it's not always successful na lahat ng tao magiging entrepreneur, but it's also just a game changer if we will be able to really imbibe that because as of now, all the MSMEs in the country, nasa 99% po sila ng total number of businesses in the Philippines. So, yun po. These are just some of our input. If you would just allow us to really detail this, kung ano yung pwede pang ma-comment namin on your program. So again, thank you so much po and good morning.
Thank you po, Ma'am Katie, no, from NEDA for such a very good insights, no, and also appreciation from the programs and efforts that we bring through for this program. And I'd like to also to cite one of the comments here by one of our speaker kanina, no, to also develop a emotionally and psychologically ready entrepreneurs and corporate warriors, no. So because entrepreneurship is also about not giving up, no, and accepting failure as stepping stone to success. So that's very good comment, sir. No? And so also, no, we would like to, if pay gusto mo apas nga mga um, thoughts, no, from our partners invited here, um, still welcome, and very productive, no, we you can really contribute to a productive conversation for the day. Ay lang din ako lang man ni siya kanang um, ano lang ni siya a very not so formal conversation, casual conversation lang ni siya, no, with the goal of really improving the curriculum, and also those ano na to introduce our intent, not to partner with you with this program.
Hello, Franz.
Yes.
I'd like to comment the statement of our NEDA representative, Mr. Barlow. I'd like to reinforce that we would like to view your graduates not as potential workers or employees, but as potential business partners or suppliers of raw materials and services. So I think that's the end result that what we are all would want to see. Thank
Yes,
you.
exactly, sir. Oo. Tama po. That's a very good insights, no. We are actually leveling up, no, our expectations with our students, no. We're moving from coming from a research university into a entrepreneurial university. So
So with that high hopes, have you made a projection on number of graduates over the next years, next 5 years, for example? Do you have that projection already?
I think there's a prepared. I think Ma'am Helen can share us about that. The number of graduates.
You
Sir,
think
we're expecting two sections per year. So hopefully this August 2022 we can have enrollees as many as two sections, no minimum. But if mas daghan, much welcome. And we are very willing to help and accommodate all the students.
And these students, even if freshman, already has a potential business to grow when they graduate, identified to a certain industry in the region, like like most for freshmen, the first section would want to venture in the bamboo, for example, or in the fiber, or in the nata de coco, for example. Is there a scheme that does like that, or that lang? Okay.
We have a first course and the first year, which is design thinking for innovation. We're going to have our students enrolled in that, and we are going to present all the what we mentioned here in academic forum. So we will add the bamboo fiber and other production inputs. So our food technology here in the university is very very good. So we are open for all the specialized tracks that our students wants to get. So if they wanna venture with food, autotronics, electronics, so we can accommodate them.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you.
France, rejoinder to NEDA Kating Navarra. I'd like to point out that the university has already been establishing our technology incubation, no? And in fact, we also have our technology promotion and commercialization office just very recently being established. But in as much as we would also like to operationalize this technology incubation and technology promotion, we would like to offer and propose this Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship and Technology and Management to really have to really see, no, this technology incubation transform into business incubation, as what Ma'am Navarra was saying. So with that, with this BS Entrepreneurship, we see this, as mentioned by Ms. Ma'am Navarra, that this would become a game changer. This would become a game changer. Thank you so much for that input, Ma'am Navarra.
May I supplement? Supplemental to what the government already provides on the studies between gaps on industry and the academe, one good venue would be to regularly engage with the Oro Chamber and the Chambers of Commerce within the geographic locations of Northern Mindanao. For example, there are about 1,000 members of Oro Chamber that has businesses. So your students can link with Oro Chamber and in fact with the members themselves and to see what their needs are really are. And these are honest to goodness interaction between potential business partners to ensure that your graduates are really relevant and functional when they do finish the course.
Thank you,
Muted
sir.
ka, Franz.
Yeah.
Uh, Miss Katie
I think
is
kanina
raising
Yes,
her
good
hand.
nag-hands
morning.
up si Sir Dexter
Good
kanina.
morning po. Ay, sorry po ba? Ako pa po ba? Or si Sir Dex po?
Okay, sige po, kayo po ba?
Ay, sorry po. Sorry, Sir Dex. So I'd like to thank again po si na Dr. Cosito po and Dr. Kiblat also for those rejoinders. May nakalimutan ako very important pala po na priority. Actually, NADA has laid out po, of course, climate adaptation and innovation. So maybe we can consider, hindi ko kasi nakita pa sa trap, but hopefully po we can consider circular economies, meaning a shift from the cradle to grave production means to cradle, so that we can also reach our 2030 na sustainable development goals on climate adaptation. Kasi po really streamlining na rin po climate climate adaptable technologies ngayon through our budgeting processes. Tinitingnan na natin which of our activities relate to climate typology ng mga initiatives. So we hope that this can also be a focus po, especially na we have more than the COP26 to think about. So yan po, maraming salamat po.
Noted,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Ma'am Helen, would like to speak?
Franz, si Sir Dexter kayo na naman to
Ay,
say.
Sir Dexter pala. Hello, Sir
Good
Dexter.
morning. Yes, good morning. Regender, ano na ko kanina kang katong ang mamahilin na tubag regarding sa katong perspective nga mga students, no? We at the College of Technology are also in in collaboration with the Admissions Scholarships Office are doing our best, no? As a college, we work hand in hand with the administration, the Admissions and Scholarships Office in order for our enrollees, no, nga mo siya isa na sa one of the goals in the college nga mas ma sell out ang amo nga program offerings, no? So muna among pinaka priority, nagsabot kami mga chairmans diri sa College of Technology that will do all the platforms, samot na karon kining Facebook, kining social media, no, isa man sa ka influential nga platforms para increase ang awareness ato ang mga incoming freshmen, especially kanin sa bagong program na spearheaded by Ma'am Helen and Sir Franz. Thank you very much po.
Thank you so much, Sir Dex. Thank you so much, sir. I think Sir Jovan also has an input regarding sa katungging ni Ma'am Katie. Go ahead, Sir Jovan.
Yes, hello, good morning everyone. Actually, I really appreciate and that would be taken note ang katong dimension ni Ma'am Neda ganiha, Ma'am Navarra. Okay. So, for everybody's information, the College of Technology now starting connecting neighboring entrepreneurs and even the businesses sa mga kinabitang atong mga crops. Okay. We are now gladly nga na approve ang ato ang institutional research scheduled na siya for implementation. We are having connections with the study of the coconut farming. So I think that would be a good avenue for our future students since we are having now a program with coconut farming. Uh, we can let our students engage and start their learning process on doing business in coconuts and some other products in Misamis Oriental in the neighboring cities. And that will be very good. Siguro, i-take note lang nato gitong giingon ni Dr. Bong Kiblat kaniha nga medyo dapat ginato ikuan up to date ta in connection with the Chamber of Commerce kay para ma-update po nato atong program unsay need niya ani unsay mga gap ato ma-address dayon. And I think that would be all. Thank you. Good morning.
Rejoin there, Franz. Rejoin there to the discussion. Just would like to make emphasis note for to the input of Sir Mabong Kiblat with regards to our possible regular engagement with the Oro Chamber. It must be noted that while we presented this proposed curriculum in the academic committee, there were comments about what would be our preparation in terms of the expertise to teach. So like what Engineer Kiblat was saying, we can have potential instructors and experts from the Oro Chamber. As what he was saying, there's a huge membership to the Oro Chamber of Commerce, as such that we can also draw our professional expertise coming from them if we regularly engage with them. So thank you so much with that, Engineer Kiblat. Thank you so much, sir.
Question. Would it be possible for your students as early as freshmen to be immersed with the business group, for example, like Oro Chamber? Because right now, being the sectoral head of the agriculture, agribusiness sector of Oro Chamber, I have certain we receive certain issues that are relevant to our members with regards to compliances as on environment, on laws, and on addressing certain issues that, for example, the poultry sector, the livestock, the um, uh, cattle sector, are the other agricultural related uh, sector members. We have issues. They have issues for us to address. I was thinking that maybe through your students are when they immerse with the chamber, for example, they are already engaged with at first hand the issues that are that are being dealt with in the industry. Is that possible? OGT or immersion program? That,
Yeah,
or is that part already of the curriculum?
Helen, do you have answer to that?
Sir, even in their first year, they already have a technology elective. So I'll be sharing to you a sample of the curriculum, sir. So as early as first year, they have a technology elective one. So if they want to venture with agribusiness, so they can take that up maybe in Claveria campus, if possible. And we also have uh, or we can possibly embed immersion programs during summer. If you can notice our curriculum, I haven't included sa summer, no? So it's very, very open. So that suggestion can be noted and well taken. So we can add that one. Maybe sa second year nila, we can have an immersion program as many as 720 hours for them to be able to immerse in this kind of industry if they are interested.
Yeah,
rejoinder.
just a quick look on
Rejoinder.
the curriculum you presented. I didn't see anything related to compliance, which is a relevant thing right now. Uh, Most of the businesses, for you to become successful, you need to be compliant with so many regulations of the government, like for example, professional safety and health, with the Department of Labor, with the food, with the government regulations on food, and so many other things. Pero wala pa kayo ko kakita kay tiguang na siguro di kakita sa mga
Sir, I can
Naba,
share to
is there?
you. Yes, it's included, sir. I can share to you this Excel sheet. So we can you can get inputs from you. Actually, you can also
That's
edit.
good.
Maybe you can you can add.
Yeah. Yes. Thank
Ju-
you.
ju- just a rejoinder to Engineer Kiblat. This is what Attorney General Albina, our Chancellor, was trying to request from us, so that we need to increase our industry academic forum, no, so that we will be able to understand what are the issues. So a while ago, Engineer Kiblat mentioned about so many issues that are that confronted, no, our business sectors. So by increasing this industry academic forum, we would be able to really set our focus on industry problems, and with that, we can jumpstart our research and development towards providing alternative solutions, very good technology solutions, to address these issues. So I like the suggestion that even if our students would still be in the first year, in as much as we decided not to embed also design thinking, so that we can establish that mindset among our students, that entrepreneurial mindset with the design thinking. So with this increased engagement with industry and academia, we can draw lots of problems, issues in the business world, and we can benchmark on that, and we can use as a baseline information to conduct research and development, and of course commercialize and perhaps transform these concepts into real business opportunities. That Bong, thank you so much for that, sir.
Sir Bong, I think we can embed that with the business plan preparation. So we are going to help our students, prepare a business plan and embed all those kinds, like example, the labor code, on how to apply to DTI, to SEC, and all other government agencies that needed, especially sa taxation, siguro, we can embed those kind of discussions. You're-
Hello, good morning, everyone. Morning, my good friends who were there, Engineer Bong, Dr. Robel, and others from USTP. So, thank you very much for this uh, opportunity to attend this wonderful or academically discussion. So, in behalf of our regional director, Ted Buenavista, who is attending our uh, national planning this day until Friday. So he's very busy. So I am his representative. So this presentation of the proposed course, no, towards engineering technology is very, very welcome, very relevant to our what we call this uh, technology for us, because is very important. And my observation, as my sphere is in the regulatory aspect, so my field is in the regulatory, so it's very far from the academe. In our work, as Engineer Bongkyo, my idol, said that there are many regulatory uh, requirements needed. So I think in the immersion, it's very important in the immersion of the in the curriculum. It should be addressed or on the immersion, because in the immersion you will meet all the regulatory requirements required by certain government agencies like the NTC. So the ability to adapt the real world. So my input is that maybe it's good the way the academics uh, the weight is almost equally with the immersion or the practical side, because as the course is what we call didn't have the experience and the capability to adapt the outside world. And hopefully this course, so daghan mga kuan ani inganyo labi na sa mga graduating senior high. So it's a big help to the students out there who will graduate this year or next year. So this is a very big welcome to the future leaders and technologists of our beautiful country. So thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to be with you. Okay, you're welcome.
Rejoinder
Yes.
to Engineer Lolo, no? My my iconic governor of the Institute of Electronics and Communication Engineers of the Philippines, no? Actually, Engineer Lolo and Engineer Kiblat, they are one of the iconic governors of ISET and very passionate, no, to the profession. We know for a fact that we are facing a challenging issues on enrollment on our electronics engineering, but nonetheless, no, this would not hinder us to offer another soon to be iconic program in BS Entrepreneurship Technology and Management. Yeah, I like the assertion that we really need also to have real industry immersion, as asserted by Engineer Lolo and Engineer Kiblat. There is a need to our students, not only students but also our faculty, to be constantly and regularly engaged with the business world, and that I think that's the only way that we can understand, no, the language, the terminology of the business and the corporate world, as being asserted by our speaker, no, a while ago. Yeah, that's the reason why we decided to embed design thinking on our students, and it's not only a mere subject or a mere course, but design thinking we are really determined to embed this, inculcate this mindset of design thinking, so that right from conception, no, our students would really envision themselves to become entrepreneurs and businessmen, not just working in the industry. So with that mindset of design thinking, yeah, with the input of Engineer Kiblat Gagaida, we really need to understand, what are the issues around, because mentioned magod ni Attorney Albina no, that the idea of letting our students to conceptualize their own problem is no longer acceptable. According to Attorney Albina, our students should draw, get and extract problems from the real world. No, kay kung pasanda ni mga estudyante, mungopya lang nag-study no sa internet, no. But according to the chancellor, no more thesis problems that are conceptualized by students would be accepted. But students must present proof that their thesis or their research concepts were drawn from the problems from the real world. So with that, no, I think this immersion, and then consistent industry academic forum, those are avenues that we can really immerse our students to the real world. So thank you so much, Governor Joel and Governor Arthur Bong Kidlat. Thank you so much, sirs.
Yes, sir. When I saw Engineer Lulu, I was inspired to say that the measure of this program success is for the faculty and a support group to see that the students become successful entrepreneurs. Is that correct? They become successful entrepreneurs. And one of the criteria for becoming a successful entrepreneur is to have the necessary capital to start a business. So I hope that within your curriculum, I don't know which year, there's already an engagement with the student to source for the capital to start a business. That's very crucial because how can you do business when you don't have the capital? And I'm glad to see most of the government agencies are participating in this forum because perhaps they can provide the support, the necessary financial support for the students after they graduate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just would like to inform everyone that the university has provided some sort of thesis or research funding, not only for our faculty to engage with research, but also for our students. So if we have, if we would be able to identify some potential studies, then perhaps the university would be able to fund it, and of course, no, we can also tap some of our external funding institution to support, no. Yeah, it's true, no, that in as much as we would like them to become businessmen, but what is important is that they know how to find resources or optimize resources and allocate resources. So sakto gitong ingon ni Engineer Kiblat to. Walay pulos kung gusto ka ma-businessman pero wala kay capital. So we need to teach them how to be resourceful, especially on capital resources. Thank you so much.
In addition to what your school can financially provide, there are also banking institutions or government institutions that can do the same. Pero I know for a fact that certain industries are able to provide assistance to start-up entrepreneurs. There are industries here in the region that provides financial assistance to start-up entrepreneurs for the purpose of sustainable supply of raw materials or services. So please consider that also. That's the primary reason why I'm encouraging you to really engage with the business groups in our city and other nearby cities and towns so that we can fully exploit the wonderful relationship we have with them.
Sir? Yes, sir. On the part of just a rejoinder to Miss Kating Navarra, I'm from NEDA also. Sorry, I was out a little a while back. So, in addition to what Miss Kating Navarra of NEDA has said earlier on the 4 points, now on the part of NEDA, we would like to convey our support in this proposed course offering because we all know that entrepreneurship accelerates economic growth, and this is very important as we gears up for post pandemic planning. So this year would be a planning year, no? 2023 to 2028. So we see this entrepreneurship, no, as aligned with the 4 priority action areas for this successor planning because our 2017 to 2022 plan would end this year. So we are gearing up for post-pandemic planning. And initially, we have 4 areas of key focus areas. So these are along smarter infrastructure, innovation, regional equity, and climate change. And then we all know that entrepreneurship, management, and then technology are all in these 4 key areas. So we would just like to hope that in the curriculum, this entrepreneurship course would include promoting innovation as well as also promoting research and industrial development. So I think these are all discussed a while back. So that would be from the side of NEDA. So thank you so much.
Ma'am, supplemental. I think the representative of DTI, DA, TESDA are being modest. Actually, DTI has an excellent mentorship program, mentorship program. It has a very excellent mentorship program. I think we could tap that. Have our students, experience what our government agencies can offer. So for your consideration lang po. Thank you.
Yeah, and in addition to that, we also would like to inform that DOST has that set up program for the would-be entrepreneurs. So they would offer assistance in terms of funding and training for the setup program of the OST.
Correct. Dagana. So the
Mm.
the faculty only has to tap these government agencies. Nalaman ko na siya.
Mm.
Sir Bong, they were ARD nila, they were also invited po, maybe in the future, next academic forum, I will have to update them again to be able to really join.
Yes po. Thank you, Doc. Mm.
Sige mo pangitao na to di makita eh.
Thank you so much, Justin. No? I'd like to just want to express my gratitude, no, for our industry experts, no, from our government institutions, no, well represented in this academic industry forum. Thank you so much for your insights and trust that all those inputs, observations, comments, and recommendations would be taken into consideration in as much as we would like to further enhance or perhaps improve this proposed program. And the sole purpose of this forum is really to get potential inputs coming from the experts themselves, no? Such that once we would be able to finalize this proposed program, we would successfully pass through the MANCOM, and perhaps we get affirmative action coming from Academic Council, Administrative Council, and of course, eventually to the Board of Regents. And trust that in this curriculum, we already considered incorporating the CHED Memorandum Order so that we would not be able to have problems, especially on funding, financial funding coming from CHED. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. The proponent, my colleagues in the College of Technology, we are so excited with this program, and we are looking forward to really offer this program in this coming school year. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless. God bless us all. Stay safe.
My group picture? Wala group picture?
Yeah, group picture na, group picture. Kindly open your...
Thank you.
Salamat, salamat.
Thank you so much, Sir Bong. From NEDA,
Sir
Ipo,
Bong,
and
Sir Joel,
TC.
thank you.
Tanan
Thank you,
students,
everyone.
thank you so much. From my colleagues, our good dean, Dr. Cosito, salamat kayo. We love you all. Thank you. Dr. Ampi, thank you. Salamat. Sir Franch, thank you. Love you all.
Salamat, Ma'am Kaharti. Thank you so much, Ma'am.